specific project that I completed joint with a colleague, Sarah Hamlin, and I will tell you all that you're missing out on a treat. If Sarah was here, she is actually up in Montana right now conducting some solar trainings. They had some national folks come in, so she's traveling around the state. But I will tell you, the one thing that I learned from in Extension is you need to find good colleagues that become friends, and she is an excellent one to work with on this project, and we also have to give credit. I did follow the little CD and instruction in my professional development program grant, where Western SARE did fund the initial exploration into IIIA curriculum and also is funding a subsequent add-on to it. A very brief overview, and it sort of sets the context for how we discuss energy in the Extension framework. So why did we go out and create something called IIIA, Exploring Energy Efficiency and Alternatives? Basically, what is it? And then, I always feel like I'm sort of selling vacuum cleaners, but that's really not the case. How you can access it, and it all comes in this convenient little package, right? You know, it can be yours for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Actually, it's a little more than $19.99, but it does just cover our cost to print it. But you will also notice, any of you that have been in Extension for a long time, I got this advice actually from one of our associate directors at the University of Wyoming. We put it in a cardboard box. Why? Because we put it in something more durable. People would dump the folders out of it and like take it fishing or something like that. So it is in a collapsible cardboard box. We'll talk about what's in that. We're going to set it to the side so I can't hide behind it. Okay. The project really germinated in Sarah's exploration into how to get Extension to talk about energy. It's an old topic for many Extension services, and there's also a great variety of, shall we say, expertise. I know we have Washington State to follow, and you know they can roll out quite a few folks on energy. Wyoming, certainly less so. But how do we prepare our field educators and really rooting in that local involvement of Extension to address these energy issues? So we recognize that, once again, these varied backgrounds, you need to bring it into what people are currently doing. Everybody's got a full-time job. If they already had a gap in their schedule, we'd have some issues. But how do you integrate it into both what they're doing right now and recognize and value their existing skills and abilities? And how do you get a standardized curriculum? You want to make sure when people go out there, they're presenting research-based information, especially on a topic that can be somewhat controversial. Now, some of you, I don't know, we have a good representative states, but if you are coming from Wyoming, where we really like to dig things out of the ground, we have lots of coal, oil, natural gas, I assure you something like renewable energy and efficiency can be controversial. So we wanted to make sure that the information that we were presenting is research-based, is current, and we're giving our field educators the best chance to succeed. So what's in it? Just a brief overview. I promise you there's lots of things in the box and lots of things that'll be added. We really focused on, once again, trying to make it self-contained. We focused on technologies. You can see what's represented there. There's more technologies to come. We focused on renewables and efficiency. And this is Sarah's brainchild. I don't know if I'm embarrassed to say my brain doesn't work like this or proud to say that my brain doesn't work like this, but this is how Sarah likes to think about approaching energy education in the Extension framework. People are going to come to you where you've assessed their importance, why they're valuing this discussion of energy. Is it because it's a sustainability issue to them? Is it because they want to save money now? In the future, they think the world's going to end and we really need to live off the grid. There's varying reasons that people would like to explore energy. And when you bring into a framework like this, it guides how Extension can best serve their needs. And actually the kit is designed to be able to respond to that in a one-on-one situation or in a broader discussion. And I can pick on the food people again. I know I've used this joke for you before, Jen, but we did set things up in a way that when we thought the food pyramid made sense to us, we actually based energy on this as well. And we really wanted to resonate basic concepts, because this could be a food and nutrition educator, it could be a range educator, it could be whoever that's being tasked with discussing energy. So we bring it into a basic concept where they understand that there's a basic level of assessment, then you're going to try and change behaviors, then you're going to try and use energy more productively, efficiency, and then we'll talk about alternative energies. And as you go up and down that scale, complexity and cost generally increases. So it's a very basic way to introduce a concept, but guess what? We put it on the back of the kit, and really, if people want to start with a basic concept, if an educator wants to be able to explain anything, they can start with this, because this is understandable and also fairly illuminating, be it addressing an ag producer, a community leader, residents, whoever. And now I'll breeze through these. I assure you these are on your flash drive, so you can get a little bit better taste of what's in the curriculum if you're interested. But we had the programming folders. They all have a consistent format, so you should just be able to pull it out. I know nothing about microhydro. Somebody has a question, okay, we can talk about how it works, the economics, permitting, regulations, incentives, and the like. We do that for each of the technologies. Also bring web support into it as well, and the website is listed at the end of the presentation, where there is a front for the general public, but also where educators can go and pull down canned presentations, canned flyers. We're really trying to add things as we go here. Just an overview of some of the sheets. It's all, once again, very structured, how you can work through the curriculum. Grab and go lesson plans, once again, handy, ready to go. You don't have to invest a lot of time in creating something. You have to invest time in understanding the subject matter so you're able to teach it. So why it's working, we also acknowledge why it isn't working in places. We do recognize that there are a variety of teaching methods that Extension's going to want to engage with folks. It can be the PowerPoint lecture. It can be that one-on-one, it can be demonstration. We try to make the kit so it can appeal to however our educators want to teach. We want to empower them to have some ownership of how they get to deliver this information. Now here's the interesting component on it. So we created it at Montana State, University of Wyoming, under Western SARE, so shared across the West, recognized we really didn't have all the expertise. So hey, why don't we share with others? And guess what? It's actually caught on, and we are able to get good feedback where we provide information, it goes back and forth. So we did come up with a licensing agreement. I assure you this was not as easy as one would think, where more or less it allows, it's open source. Here goes the information, it's peer reviewed, but you can modify it, you can brand it. If you wanted to say whoever, whatever university is providing it, you can go ahead and do that, and the hope is that we get reciprocity back and forth. And you know what? It is working when we do things like that. And actually right now it's up to 9 states that are currently licensed to use it. 18 states are trained to teach it, and once again, we give it away. So if you want to license it, go for it. We're trying to fulfill that, or honor the commitment that Western SARE put into this to pay for the curriculum originally and try and share it across institutions. One thing we like to emphasize, it's available to Extension first. We want the land grants to have the first whack at entering the discussion in energy education. Okay, there are a few things coming out with the second round of Western SARE funding. We're recognizing that there'll be some new folders, add some topics, some specifically to ag in particular. When we say Skype and experts, I should have a trademark next to that, but once again, empowering an educator that if they're going to go out and talk about a subject, maybe they can cover the general stuff, but there's going to be that person in the back that's going to slam them with a specific question, and that can be very awkward. It'd be like me trying to talk about weeds of the West. I could cobble through the first few weeds, but if someone says, hey, what's this? I have no idea. Well, we can bring in the experts at the end of the presentation and be able to help address some of those questions. So a variety of things that are forthcoming, and we're always looking for additional friends and additional resources out there. So that's where the contact information is. That's where you can go get the curriculum. Like I said, we're happy to share it, and it is how we've decided to try and engage Extension, and not just at a specialist level, but our field educators in energy education. All right, I didn't get anything heavy thrown at me, so I apparently